We are live, people. Hello and welcome to Chat Her Up. Today we
Mhm.
got Callie and Joy, pre PhD. We
Yes,
got
yes,
some
yes.
tea today. It's actually been an interesting week. And we are going to kind of chit chat a little bit. I'm gonna let Callie have the lead and I'm gonna feed off her a little bit
Yes.
on what's going on with Miss Kenya. Go ahead.
hmm Okay, so about what an hour ago, we received a message that Kenya Moore was going to go live at 6 o'clock to tell us the real tea. Now, there has been a lot of talk this week about if Kenya was suspended indefinitely from the show after everything that supposedly happened with Britt Ely and at Kenya's hair spa, right? However, Michelle A.T. Elian, I believe, is the name. She is some blogger who says she wasn't inside the event, she wasn't invited, but that she was outside and that she was told that Kenya was suspended indefinitely. And Britt was outside explaining after what had happened, and she had heard that everything we had heard was true about the posters and all that. But because she reported that Kenya Moore was going to be suspended indefinitely, everything is kind of blown up. A lot of people are talking about it. It obviously got back to Kenya, and Kenya put that notice out to let everybody know, come hear the real tea at 6 o'clock. She went live at 6. We went live at 6. She jokingly said, "Okay, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna tell y'all the tea once we get 100,000 people." Uh, okay, well she got 11,000. And all she really said was, "Thanks for your support. It's hard running a business. I'm just trying to take care of my daughter. Everybody's running questions to me. My daughter's asking questions. Support Drew, support Portia, support my girls. I'm glad we're friends. Continue to support me." And that's basically all she said. She didn't address the event with Britt Eady. She didn't address any posters. She didn't address any suspensions. She didn't address any of that. Joy, what's your take on all that?
I I'm floored. I've never
Okay.
been really a Kenya fan, to be honest,
Right.
but my daughter, who is she's of course she's a Gen Z, so she's 24. And she kind of came late to the shows, so she watches it from a different perspective. I've said all of that to say this: she didn't understand why I was such a friend or such a fan of Giselle's and not Kenya's. And I was like, huh? She feels like they are the exact same person on how they sit on their shows.
Okay.
And she looks at it the way I do, as a source of entertainment. So the personal things that we see, she doesn't take to heart. She sees it as entertainment, remembering that reality shows were like, they were
Taylor
soap
Tory.
operas. They are soap operas. They're literally, when they first came out, when they were trying to find an area to categorize them,
Mm-hmm.
there wasn't a category for reality shows. So they put them under soap operas. So with that being said, I have been rewatching Atlanta, and I have to admit, Kenya's pretty good at her job. So I have been looking at Kenya a little bit differently. I didn't take to heart the second time when, because I didn't like her really because of how she did Phaedra. We know what happened with Phaedra at the end and what she did with Candy, but I really didn't like how Kenya kind of played into, I don't want to say an insecurity, but she kind of played with the fact that she kind of knew that Apollo was kind of feeling her a little bit. And I didn't like that. She played
Yes.
with it, and it bothered me. So I didn't like Kenya from her first season on the show, which was season 5. So now that so I'm starting, my point is all of that. I was starting to like her. So to hear
Mm-hmm.
that she did this was like too far. And I kept thinking, there's no way. It's
Yeah.
against the law. But then I remembered a tweet. So when the news first broke, Kenya had tweeted, "Don't believe everything that you hear." Um, I would never participate. Submit private messages or pictures or messages, which also tells me how smart Kenya is,
Right.
because
With her
private
wording.
would be legal. But this particular girl, who the new girl is named Brittany, this girl was a model, and she has some racy pictures out there. And she was even on a cover of somebody's CD. Show you how long that was. We don't even make CDs no more. The cover of somebody's CD, butt naked. And I'm talking face down, butt up naked.
Yeah.
So she's not opposed to nudity. And we heard the little clip of Kenya at the event saying some rapper, I can't remember who it was. Was it Yo Gotti? It was somebody that's pretty popular, that some rapper asked to see her private parts, and she sent him a picture of her private parts. And so those are not public, those are not private pictures. What
Right.
you put on social media isn't private. What you get done by a photographer is not private. Those are, because they could be published in a magazine the same way when Trump was president, or when he was running, Melania's model pictures were being sent around,
Right.
because that's not considered porn. Well, while of course it is nudity, and inappropriate, it wouldn't qualify as revenge porn.
Right, because it was something she got paid for.
I was just going to say, and what she does on OnlyFans is not, because they said she was a webcam girl.
Who?
This
girl.
Britt
Edie. Okay. Let me say something real quick. Just we got some comments from Latoya that I want to bring up. But what I will say is, when all this gossip started happening, Joy, I noticed that you were very open to supporting Kenya. You didn't say really one way
I didn't like her, right?
I know, but you was definitely not quick to down her for any of this. And let's go over some of the comments, because Tori, she's asking questions. Of course, a lot of people saying, so did she show the private part or not? Well, we still don't know.
I don't know. We still don't know. Like, for real, we sincerely don't know. The only picture that we got from the inside were messages that were so blurry we couldn't make them out.
We saw something about insurance fraud, and we heard some things in the video where somebody asked, is that a penis? But we don't know. Now, the video that people are talking about, that this Michelle ATLian person put out, I guess she said that she was outside when Britt came out all upset about it, and was talking to the producers or somebody about it. So she said people were coming up to her kind of confirming that, yes, this was shown. But again, it's still, she wasn't inside. This is kind of word of mouth, which is...
They didn't have cameras? I'm confused.
Well, she wasn't inside. She was outside.
No, I'm talking about, but there were cameras. Like, production would know, right?
Yeah, but production wouldn't, I guess they're trying to keep some of this stuff private until the show airs.
I wish they would stop leaking stuff. I'm listening,
and
we go inquire, but I really wish they would stop leaking stuff. The element of surprise. Like, can you imagine if we saw something, we would have been aghast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, really, because she was there when they came out, and she pretty much right about the cast. She was always doing it. Okay, so she also brought up when Nene said a few years back that Kenya was going to be the downfall of the show. And Kenya had done some things over the years. She's done some things over the years to piss people off. We know about her and Phaedra. Which I think that was kind of, what else did she do? She was kind of wrong with Apollo.
And I even was just talking to my daughter about Kenya. I'm like, how Kenya handled the Apollo situation? Like,
that was not good.
In retrospect, if you go back and rewatch it, a grown adult man lied and said that she offered him fellatio on national TV. And like, that is almost unfathomable in this day and age. Like, you expect that kind of stuff from children,
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
not from adults. It's so weird.
It's weird, but it's causing enough conversation. It's causing enough people to now get out there. The fact that Michelle Atielian, who I don't even know if is that's not her name. I don't know her real name, but anyway, I think y'all know who I'm
That's
talking
how it
about.
looks. Yeah, I know you
Michelle
mean.
Atielian.
Mhm.
Okay, so the fact that she said Kenya Moore has been suspended indefinitely, um, and then Kenya didn't deny it. It kind of makes me question that,
Oh, it's definitely true.
because
It's
Kenya
definitely
said,
true.
right.
She's trying, why she got, and she just used this little time knowing like 12,000 people had logged on for those little 10 or 15 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe a little bit longer. And all she talked about was her business. She didn't mention anything about the show other than I'm going to be around and thank you. Or she saw the end of what she's doing and trying to get as much publicity as possible. But let
Right,
me say
right.
this on Jersey,
Hey.
this on Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
two of the girls got into some kind of something is going to happen, and between Danielle and um, Jennifer Aiden, and
Mm-hmm.
she throws I don't know if it was I heard it was a plastic cup, I heard it was a glass. Danielle threw on Jennifer and allegedly cut her face. Both of them were suspended as well.
I remember that. I remember that.
So
But
I, they did an investigation. Something happened because it halted filming, and when it halted, everything stopped. That's why I think Andy's saying that that was it. Something terrible must happen. I'm only mentioning it to say that it ended their season.
oh, it did?
Yeah, they didn't film past this event.
Do you
Whatever
think that might
happened,
happen with this
it's
situation?
possible. I don't know. Like
Yeah, yeah.
Andy, and he might not do it to this one because it's not like people just don't want to not get along. I think that the divide just ticked him off. I don't know, but it
Right.
did halt. Whatever happened at that event, that's where it ends. He's already said that that's why they don't have to have a reunion.
So Latoya is asking, hasn't that the question that hasn't been asked is, what did the lady say or do to Kenya to make her do something crazy? So they said she has been attacking her and Portia. And now
Yes,
this is from Britt and the other girl. Has been
yes,
attacking
yes,
them pretty consistently, but no details. And
yes.
whatever they did, Kenya came back.
So a couple of days, it could have even been a week before before this event. Apparently, the girl somebody had said something about them being on the show. It was her, and she said we've been on them like I can't remember the word. I can't remember if she said white on rice, but we've been on them hard. So
Mm-hmm.
it was, I've been very vocal about how I feel about millennials and Gen X mixing on reality TV. I just don't think it's a good thing. Um, these millennials have been watching reality TV their whole life, and it's beyond a game to them. It's they have a different approach. If the,
Right.
like if you watching Basketball Wives, there's a mix there. You got Jackie with these little young girls. These young girls are a little bit different.
How old
And
is Britt?
I'm thinking she's in her 30s.
So we got Kenya in her 50 and Britt in her 30. So is she
Right.
uh what
And
did
Cynthia
Gen
gotta be
X?
knocking on 60's door.
I think she said knocking on 60. You're probably right.
I mean,
You're
she
probably
gotta
right.
be 57. She's on closer to 60 than she is 50.
And Latoya says, I don't like her, but I really hate this. So do I, because this is something she's kind of made such big turnarounds over the seasons. And for something like this to happen to kind of stop all that, I mean, it just doesn't seem like something she would do. This is
It
her
didn't. It
business.
didn't. Like that is beyond. That's some Phaedra stuff. That's like Phaedra fought dirty. Kenya normally fought a little bit smarter than that. But
Right.
whatever those girls did, they must have tipped her to a point of no return. Because I'm telling you, these young girls, they bring it, but there's no kind of scruples or boundaries. That's the part that's scary to me. But it's just they certain people just don't mix well with reality TV. You just cannot put anybody on television. If you have to have some kind of
Yeah.
something to lose.
But what kind of
That's the
shade?
issue. They don't have anything to lose.
Right. They don't have so what is it though that could have I can't even think about Kenya, anything about Kenya that would have been such shady that this would be her revenge. I can't think of anything that the girl could have said about Kenya that would have pissed her off to this.
Only thing that I could think of that would take her to the brink of no return would be her daughter.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
the only thing that I know, because you can't hurt her with her mama too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, been there. Been
Right.
there.
Been
People
there,
tried
done
it.
it. Right.
Hmm.
It would only, that's the only thing that I could think of that would be her daughter.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
this is crazy. I don't even
She
know how to.
clearly, yeah, I kind of think this call made it worse. It fueled the fire. It fueled the
Yeah.
fire.
Well,
And
she looks guilty. It looks like it's possible
yes,
that this really did happen,
yes. And
because
so it's kind of
we were
hurting my little
willing not to
heart.
believe it. We were willing to believe that
Absolutely.
something wasn't true.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess we won't know more really until the season starts unless she comes out. I mean, of course, I think we're going to continue to see this Michelle ATLian's video float around. I don't know who else can come out and what else can be confirmed. I think we're going to continue to see that, but we really won't know until we get something from Bravo what really happened. And when is the season supposed to start? In July?
Girl, I
Mm-mm.
don't know, but I mean, I'm watching. We gonna be locked and loaded,
Yeah,
sitting
we
on
are.
ready with some popcorn and a big old Diet Pepsi. I know that.
Couple kebabs over the holidays. I mean, I guess that's it. I mean, it's not a whole
You
lot more
think
we
they
can
gonna
say
start in
about it.
December? You think they was gonna start in July? They could have.
Yeah, I know. I remember hearing July. Let me see if I can look anything up on it real quick. I remember hearing July though. Let's
I mean, I
see.
would love that because it ain't nothing on
Um,
television. Anybody that capitalizes on dropping something this summer is going to get good numbers, because you don't
absolutely.
even have anything to watch and rerun. Like, there's nothing on television. That's why everybody watching Bridgerton, because it
Is
ain't
that
nothing on TV.
wait? Is that why I've been seeing all the Bridgerton post? Child,
Girl, yes, I watched it yesterday. I ain't gonna
yeah,
even lie. I watched all the
we've
last four
got
episodes.
some. See this. See this is all the first thing I pulled up about it. It says we've got amazing news, gals, and this is gonna feel. It says, I'm feeling very positive about the new season of Atlanta, so just stand by and you will hear more. Production, this sounds old. Production on Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 is slated to begin May 2024 with the season premiere set for 2025.
Yeah, I believe
Oh
that.
my
Yeah.
God, I thought it
Because
was
they
coming in
usually
July.
film like all summer. When, because this is now what they used to do. They used to film in the summer and then release it by fall. They would start like in October.
I really thought it was July. Oh my God. So there's no way in the world they can keep this kind of stuff quiet until 2025.
I don't know why we didn't know anything. I still keep going back to Salt
Mm.
Lake and what happened with that Monica girl. The reason that was so good is because for whatever they had the best production and nobody leaked anything.
Who on what show? What we? Oh, you mean
That was
on
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake
Yeah,
City? Yeah.
nobody leaked the finale. That's what made it so bomb.
Because I
I
ain't gonna
wish
lie,
that
I tuned
people would
in.
get that.
Yeah,
Like,
I tuned in.
nobody even knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm. But when I heard, I tuned in. Okay, I'm like, that big old bomb. Let me go watch it. They definitely got too
I
many
kept
views after
hearing
that
about it.
bomb.
I had to, I don't even watch this show. I don't even watch Salt Lake. And
Me either.
Demisio was like, just watch when they went out of town, which was like the last 4 episodes.
Yeah, yeah,
And I pushed play, and he wasn't lying. It was good TV. But
yeah.
the bomb drop, and you're on that on the finale, you were like, well, dang. I was like, wow. They really kept that under wraps. They
Mm-hmm.
deserve That's how it's supposed to be. We should not be hearing this stuff.
No, we shouldn't be here. This is too much. And I get that the bloggers, we all want to try and be first at something. But she's the only one that has put out that she has been suspended indefinitely. I haven't seen that from anyone else. So why would she have that information?
Oh, is she?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
haven't seen
realize that. Okay.
the only one. And every post about this and her suspended indefinitely is all coming from ATLE. So why would she be the one to have that? It's just so much. You just we don't. It's just I don't know. I don't know what to believe. But Kenya just made it worse for me. I will honestly say that she made me more concerned because she just kind of sound like she wasn't. She was definitely holding something back. What Latoya said no. So it's in reality blurb and a wife. Okay, so in reality blurb, does it say it came from Michelle A.T. Alien? I'm just curious. Let me look real quick. And then we're going to get off here, y'all, but we're just looking, trying to see what we can. Well, let me save that 2025. Okay, reality blurb. So Latoya saying it's not just Michelle A.T. Alien. That's the only place I've heard it, and that's the only place I've seen it. So when I pull up the reality blurb, it says Kenya Moore suspended indefinitely from filming Real Housewives season 16 amid the revenge porn drama with newbie Brittany Edie. So let me ask this, and I know we talked about this initially. How is that revenge porn? So you think, Joy, is that the pictures were on some rapper's album cover or something? And
Well,
if
I know
so,
those pictures are out there. You can actually Google that girl's name. She actually had pages. She actually had like model pages.
okay, so then how is that revenge?
That's not revenge. I don't think that those are the pictures
Oh, you don't
because
think those are pictures? Okay.
initially the pictures, I just think there are other things out there that I like. What she does on OnlyFans, that isn't. Somebody would have to screenshot that or video to do that and then put it online.
Latoya,
But
it does. I'm sorry, Joy. Latoya does say in here that this is from Michelle A.T. Alien. Yep, it says the report about Kenya potentially being indefinitely suspended comes from straight from the A. Michelle Brown, the owner of the site, has said that she was outside the event and witnessed several attendees leaving and being appalled by what they allegedly saw. So everything I've seen that showed Michelle, reality blurb is confirming that that's where they got it from.
right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's it. Yeah. So it seems like what happened with what when the news had dropped about who was fired on Potomac, one blogger dropped the news and everybody else repeated it, but they kept giving whoever that person was their credit. So
Mm-hmm.
they're basically still putting it on that a lot of people are reporting it, but they're letting you know that they're getting it from that original person.
Yeah.
So it's still coming from that one person.
All right. So yes, exactly. So Page Six and ET Online are doing the same thing. They're also now confirming the news. Kenya might have done this in this day and age, and in the face of mounting lawsuits against Bravo, it's truly unbelievable. Uh oh. Oh God, Kenya. Okay. Well, I guess we can wrap it up, Joy, unless there's something specific you want to say. At this point, it looks like we're going to be following the rumors with the rest of social media. Shoot.
No, that's it.
Okay, y'all. Well, we're going to keep posting what we see. Hopefully, not too much because no telling how many stories about to come out now. I will say, I do think that her interview hurt her. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't an interview. Her live hurt her. She sounded really guilty. Do
Yeah.
you think so?
I don't know if it made her feel guilty, but it's validating the
That
claim.
something's up.
Just because they stopped. Okay, so this is just me making up stuff in my head because I'm gonna blame it on the fact that I'm a January Capricorn. It could have been a whole, but she really could have posted public nude pictures, but they have to investigate that to make sure that they were. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if she sent it, if somebody sends something, I don't care if it is a rapper. If I'm dating, name a rapper, I'm gonna say Will Smith because yes,
I was about to.
because he's still the love of my life.
I
So
know.
let's say Will Smith asked me to show me my tatas. Okay, so I send him my tatas, and 10 years later, I'm now on the show. and he sends it to you, who's also
Mm-hmm.
on the show, that is revenge porn.
Yes, that's true.
But if I show my tatas to a photographer and for some money, that could go public.
That could go
So that
public.
maybe they are investigating whether or not the pictures are truly sent from a public platform versus private. Because if you
Right. That
read
could be.
her initial denial, I'm talking about Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
Kenya specifically said that she would never send private messages. And she
Okay.
must have did something, because that girl, I'm talking about Brittany,
Mm-hmm.
she did say that some revenge porn was placed on her.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Let's just say it does come back and somehow is validated that it's revenge P. What about the people that printed it? Do you know how many people this could involve with, like, say, a lawsuit if this is proven to in some way be wrong? Who printed that? Who put them posters out there? Kinko's? I'm like, just allegedly.
I didn't even think about that.
I mean, this could really
Because
blow up.
she did have to blow them up. She probably didn't
Yeah.
do it on her computer.
Yeah, she didn't, unless she got the poster machine at home, but she could, but I doubt it. Kenya ain't got time for that. I don't know. So you thinking of the printers, Kenya, the production company? Well, they haven't aired it yet, though. So will we see this? Will we?
He wouldn't show
Because
that anyway, public or private. It would have
yeah,
been blurred pictures.
yeah, it would
But
have
I
been blurred pictures,
just,
but will any of it?
but some of it is so
Mm,
crazy, they may have to take out that
they
whole
might have to.
scene, so her being able to
Right.
really showcase her business on the show may not even make it, just like it didn't make it last season,
Oh my
because she
goodness.
filmed a soft opening last year and they didn't film it.
Yeah, that's right. That's
I
right.
mean, no, they filmed it, they didn't
They
air it.
didn't air it, and now here's something that they were planning to air.
Yeah.
And they might not be able to.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
Kenya,
she's
Kenya,
actually
Kenya.
open, she says.
Yeah.
That's what was clear on
Yes.
her. If nothing was clear on that live she just did, she wants y'all to know that y'all can come in. She said that there have been bloggers that have been making appointments and then
Yeah.
canceling. And she's
Yes.
like, y'all, we open for business. So come
And
on.
she said she's struggling
Yeah.
to get people in the seat. So she did, to me, she sounded emotional, like she could have dropped a tear at any minute.
Yes.
And so I felt
she
really
seemed
bad for her.
scared to me.
Yeah.
She seemed scared. That's what she seemed. She seemed like she had messed up. But that's just me.
But I got it
how I
too.
look at it. It may not be true. But
Yeah.
that's how, when I saw it, it seemed like she was desperate to let people, not desperate, but pretty eager to let people know, and not in the, guess what, y'all, my place is open. Come on, y'all, make appointment. It was like, oh crap. Come on, y'all. I'm a single mama. I ain't getting no child support. She literally said that.
She did.
I'm not getting no child support. It's just me taking care of my baby by myself. She's like, I know a lot of you all can relate. Like it was
a struggle. You could tell. Yeah. You could tell. Oh, Kenya.
Like she's betting on this being successful.
Right. And she's mentioned how much money it cost, and way much more than she thought she would end up having to put into it. Oh, Kenya Moore.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad for her. Okay. All right. Well, we can go ahead and wrap it up. We will continue to post what we see that's new, as long as it ain't too much. There's so much stuff out there we have not posted everything, because
definitely could it could definitely hurt her real image and her
yes
business. Like, and then, a lot of women, especially young girls, they can relate to being set out like that. They just sent their boyfriend something, and they done broke up, and he act like a little girl and send out pictures. I've definitely seen it as an educator, and as young as literally the 8th grade. I knew a boy that whole family almost got shot up because of a picture a girl sent this boy that she liked. It wasn't even her boyfriend. And he sent it to half the students in the 8th grade.
No way.
And that really did happen. I was
That's
in the
sad.
classroom when it happened. As a matter of fact, I took one of the students' phones because he wouldn't put his phone away, and then he put the phone in my face, and I was like, "Oh my God, my eyes, my eyes!" And she was bald naked in a full frontal. I mean, in the bathroom taking a picture. I could not believe it.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm like, I ain't never been that bold in my life.
Yeah, yeah, and I hear you.
Right.
Yeah,
So yeah, I guess we'll wrap that up, y'all. So if y'all heard some tea, let us
let
know.
us know, and thanks for
Thank you for chatting
joining.
with us. Peace out, y'all.
Ciao. All right.